Welcome to today's episode of Afrocentric Spirituality. My name is Mayfair West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about the movie, the series from Netflix called Mayfair Witches Season 2, which is a very interesting movie, and is something that is worth talking about. For those people that have not seen Season 1 of this series, I will encourage you to go and watch this series. You can get it on Netflix. You just Google the name and try to watch it. It's very interesting in the sense that it is a series program that talks about various concepts that we find in spirituality and also in African spirituality. And it's quite interesting, intriguing, and entertaining. I have done the previous movie review on Season 1 on this channel, and I'll be putting a link to that very video under this video so that you can go and watch it and hear what I talked about it. And if you have not seen Season 1, try to see Season 1, because if you don't watch Season 1, you will never understand what is going on in the Season 2, so it will not be interesting to you. So in the series, we see so many terms in spirituality. We saw the phenomenon of hereditary witchcraft in a family. We saw the adventures or the activities of a deity that was bound to a particular family, how it was affecting the destiny, the life cycles of that family, and how that deity was able to be bettered into the physical world. We saw a lot of things in Season 1. We saw different kind of activities. We saw spiritual attacks. We saw how people were jostling for power. We saw how the activities of a clandestine secret organization was a major part in all this happening. It was a very interesting series, and the main theme is hereditary witchcraft, reincarnation, and the betting of a deity, and how people deal with this type of things. We saw this movement of different people with different interests, diverse interests coming together, how their destiny are woven by just the decision of one man that did something in the time past. In Season 2, we saw the continuation of this theme after the deity have been bettered into a human being. We saw the rapid growth of this deity, and what we essentially witnessed was the maturity process of this person. Although there are some things in the movie that is possible, there are also some things that is not possible. Betting of deity, I can agree, yes, this is possible in African spirituality. We have humans that have come into this lifetime. These are previous people that have been deities in their former life, and they're reincarnated as human beings. In African spirituality, we believe that we are all children of deities, children of the Orishas, or Orise, as we call it in Yoruba. These are gods. Then we see ourselves as children of these gods. So the deities that we venerate, we are actually the products of those deities, or rather, our ancestors created those deities in their own likeness and image, and they continue to recycle that process. So we see this as a possibility of a deity that was very active in the spirit world coming to life in the physical world. So we see this as a possibility in African spirituality. But the rapid growth of this deity, of how the baby became an adult in the shortest possible time, is an impossibility. So in my own view, in this movie, they were trying to accelerate the climax of the movie by claiming that the growth of the baby was very quickly. Probably they cannot be able to stretch this over time due to the waste of funds to filming the movie. So they can just say, okay, the baby has developed within 2 weeks to an adult. So what we witnessed was the growth process of a teenager, the raging in hormones, immaturity. All these are things that happen to a teenager. It happened to this guy. And finally, the quintessence of the maturity was for the deity to achieve union by looking for a divine feminine, which is his perfect mate. This is the essence of all humans coming to life, right? To come to this world to seek union with your perfect or your soulmates. So all these things were accelerated to happen within the lifetime of this person in the movie, and he was able to achieve this, and he was able to meet his soulmates, and of course they mated, and they bettered children, which the people around him wanted for some specific interest. You need to watch the movie. I cannot give everything away here. So, but what we witness here is a sort of controlled reincarnation. Okay, this is a term that a phenomenon that is possible in African spirituality. Yes, people can control their reincarnation. They can choose when they want to come back, how they want to come back. We have also witnessed a phenomenon of transmigration of the soul, whereby a soul can possess another body. This is very, very possible in African spirituality. We see this in the movie. We also witness this regularly in African spirituality when during ceremonies, and from time to time we see spirits possessing the bodies of other people. We also see this through the process of channeling, whereby a deity or a spirit can come into the body of somebody else briefly and deliver messages. We see this is very normal in our spirituality. Okay, what people are trying to do now is to kind of see for it to be permanent. There have been cases of multiple deities going into a human body and possessing that body for quite some amount of time. We can witness this in the phenomenon of schizophrenia, people that are having multiple personalities. This pertains to madness, because the person cannot have a unique identity. Each of these personalities is always struggling for attention. As a result of this, the person will go mad. This happens in real life. We have witnessed this in the real world. We have these mad people going around suffering from multiple personalities, who naturally will say they have more than one spirit inside them, based on layman's definition. Or we say they are just mad, but it happens. So what we see in this movie is two cases of clear case of controlled reincarnation. We see this in the phenomenon of the, I don't know if I will call him antagonist or protagonist, or the main character, which is Lasha. We also saw this in the personality of the grandfather of this so-called witches family, the original person that started all these things, that create this coven in that family, that brought this deity into the physical world, attached his bloodline to the deity. He too was able to attach himself to an object, to a time capsule, pending the time that he will come back into this physical world, which is a form of controlled reincarnation. Instead of him going into the Ida or going somewhere else, he died, and it was able to lash his spirit to an object, whereby his spirit was in that object, waiting for the right time, whereby it will come back again to the physical world and possess a new body and start living again. So we see this phenomenon of controlled reincarnation, which is very possible in African spirituality. We also see the effects of this on the family. When the deity was in human form, we saw how the deity was trying to interact, and we saw the negative effects of this kind of things. Of course, any kind of positive or negative thing that will be done by this deity will be first of all be done to people in that family, because it's attached to the bloodline of that family. So we saw this, and this is also possible in African spirituality. Then we see the internal quests for power by somebody, and we have seen this in real life a lot. When somebody start that quest of achieving ultimate power, then kind of it's like they are on a hook, on a drug. They can't stop until they achieve it. Quest for godhood. We saw this. We saw greed. We saw envy. We saw how the people were trying to struggle to achieve ultimate power in this movie. Then we saw the major theme, which is the theme of human sacrifice once again. The role of human sacrifice in this movie was treated in a way as a form of transforming the spiritual energy, life force of somebody to the offerer or to the facilitator of this sacrificial ceremony. So we saw this term strongly featured there. Human sacrifice, animal sacrifice. Anytime there's a sacrifice, a spilling of blood, refers to the term of release and transfer of energy. And we saw this term. This term is usually considered an abomination in most spiritual practice, and some people still practice it. In Christianity, the major term of Christianity is human sacrifice, a imaginary, fictitious character called Jesus came to die for humanity, and we have no physical evidence of that. That the total stranger will love you so much to come and die for you, and if you refuse to love this stranger, then he will come with his gangsters and his guns from heaven to come and kill you and burn you forever. In my own view, I see this as terrorism and extortion, but people will not see it like this. In African spirituality, we see animal sacrifice as a way of giving offering to the deities, opening of blessing, or for ceremonial purposes. In African spirituality, human sacrifice is usually frowned on. It is seen as an abomination. But people that practice evil, arcane, or witchcraft, they prefer to do this kind of things. We see ritual killings for blood money. What the aim of these people is to transfer the glory or the destiny or the spiritual essence of this victim to themselves, in the belief that they will now become more prosperous in life. We see this in ritual killings all over the world, especially in Africa. We see this perpetrated in Nollywood movies all the time. In the same Mayfair Witches season 2, we see this as a major theme of the antagonists of trying to kill somebody else or other people in order to transfer their spiritual essence, their destiny, and their powers to themselves. And of course, this went wrong quite naturally. And the movie in all is a very interesting movie. It's a movie that I would call it a little bit weird, and some people might classify it in the genre of horror, but I will not see it that way. It's a movie that tries to depict as much as possible some semblance of what you can find in some form of spirituality and the beliefs of some people. So we see all this played out in the movie. Of course, there were lots of loose ends in the movie, so I know that there's going to be a season 3 because so many things happened in this season 2 and it was not complete. So we are going to see a season 3. A lot of openings are in the movie for a season 3. So season 3 is going to come out, and I think it's going to be more interesting because there's a lot of loose end in the movie. And I think it was deliberate so that they will have something to do in the next season. But in all, it's interesting, and I will encourage you to see it. Might be shocking to some people, might be refreshing, might be entertaining. And if you are into spiritual things, you're going to like it. Okay, if you are interested, you practice any form of spirituality, you're going to love this Mayfair Witches. But if you have not seen season 1, try to see season 1 before you watch the season 2, because you will not understand what is really going on. It will be very boring for you. So please try to watch it. And this is my own analysis of the movie. And I still give it 100 over 100. It's not easy to spend money to art a movie. And it's interesting too. Something you can watch and entertain yourself. So I would like to know your opinions about this movie as well. So please try to watch it, and let's discuss any theme that you think is possible, or I would just like to know your feelings anyhow. So this is what I have to say today on this season of Mayfair Witches season 2. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, and when you subscribe, hit enable all notifications so that when I post a video, post an article, you will be the first to get it. Okay, then if you want to practice African spirituality, I teach it on this channel. I start you from history to the science, then to the metaphysics and the hardcore spirituality. I don't believe African spirituality should be taught in isolation of its history. You will not get anything there. In this channel, I don't focus on initiation. I focus on knowledge. I focus on empowerment. I focus on enlightenment, and most importantly, on freedom. Freedom to act on your own. Freedom to do things, how to build your capacity. So please sign up for my program. It's not expensive, or ignorance is much more expensive. Then also, if you want to do your oracle tarot divination, I do that, or I charge just $50 for that. If you want to read books, for those people that are new to African spirituality, whether you're new or advanced, I will recommend this my book to you, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality. For people that don't know what is quantum physics, it is a study of the invisible world, the invisible particles of nature. African spirituality is also the study of the invisible world. So if you want to know the interrelationship, that bridge between African spirituality and what the Western world is calling quantum physics, this is the material that has been able to bridge them together with a lot of scientific, etymological, well-documented evidence and references. So African spirituality, after all, is not evil. Okay? It is pure science, African science. What we do here is to study this science the way our ancestors have been studying and practicing it, and trying to preserve it, and trying to do more research into it, and develop and advance it for the future generations. Time will come whereby our children will be asking for evidence of what is African spirituality. Don't we have our own form of spirituality? Why are we following Christians, Muslims? What do they have to offer us? Then you have to show them this book. You have to give them something. If you don't show them, it means that you have failed them as a parents. So you need to know this. If you don't know it, if you feel that your time has passed, you cannot start studying all these things, life has taken over you. Prepare your next generation for what is to come. Prepare your children, because we are now going into the space age. If you are not ready with this subject, you are going to be left behind. So it is time for you, if you have failed or you have time have passed you, start preparing your children, because we are going there whether you like it or not. The earth is moving forward. AI is now coming, taking people's job. We have digital oracles now. African spirituality is coming back in full force in another name. Ancestral intelligence is now called artificial intelligence. So you need to update your body of knowledge. You need to know what is going on. You need to adapt to the recent times. So get this book. It will make you understand so many things. It will solve too many problems. It will open your eyes. It will transport you and teleport you into the future, so that you will prepare for what is coming. So the material is here waiting for you. If you want to know how to do African spells, over 200 spells are waiting for you in this book, Walking in the Shadow of the Gods. I wrote this book to increase your capacity, increase your knowledge. There are spells for love, for different illnesses, diabetes, or arthritis, cirrhosis, for all kind of illnesses that is had there. Spells for love, for protection, prosperity, general well-being. This book is better to have it than you don't have it. Better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. So get it. Then if you want to understand and make contact with the Kemetic deities, I mean the African deities in ancient Egypt. When we talk of Asa, Aset, Tehuti, Shehuti, you talk about Bazet, you talk about Sekhmet, you talk about Ampu, Anubis. All those spirits, they are here. How to make contact with them, how to do the rites to make contact with these deities, how to bring these deities into your consciousness. Issue is also here too. All these things are inside this book. This book is a gateway that will open you up to what is the deep essence of that recess of African consciousness, where they say dark matter consciousness, the origin of life, the building blocks of life. This book will help you connect. This book will balance your scales. These are the information you need to have before you cross over to the spirit world, so that you will not be a stranger there. Okay, so flow with the right people. These deities, they are not demons, they are the pioneers of civilization upon this earth. And it will be a shame if you don't know them. It will be a shame if you have been rolling with the wrong crowd, rolling with Jesus and his unholy gangsters, or some murderous pedophile calling himself the holy prophet. You need to roll with people that bring balance, that bring order to this world. Not demons, not thieves, not banditos, not liars, not scallywags, not extortionists. Roll with these guys, read their works, follow their footsteps, and continue from where they stop. This is a message that I offer you on this channel. So the knowledge is waiting for you. You don't have any excuse not to know. Okay, if you say it's too expensive, once again, try ignorance. If you like to go and shut down club or buy Wivon and Frontal, all those ones are much more expensive, or you think it's easier to go and give money to pastor, you are just wasting your time. Get knowledge, prepare yourself, or at least prepare your children, give them something to live for, give them something to give them a sense of pride, a sense of understanding and dignity in this world today. So empower your children with knowledge. You don't have anything to lose for this. So please buy books, let them read. Okay, so this is the legacy you can offer them, not leaving them money in the bank that they don't have sense. Okay, give them knowledge and wisdom. Do your best for them. It is for the future of all Africa and for your own good. So I thank you very much for today. People that have been watching this channel, I'm very, very grateful. I greet you, I salute you all, and the ancestors will continue to bless you. So I will go from here now, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent video as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.